Last time I made a video about games similar to Vampire Survivors and I think I showed you some great titles to check out. Now, after some time, I've managed to find and play even more games that I believe deserve a spot on this list. Recently I played a game called Genesia and I had a blast, so I thought, why not share it with you? If you're looking for games, more games like Vampire Survivors, I highly recommend you watch my previous video as it features some fantastic options. But today we are diving into a new list with different games. So sit back and enjoy, but before we start, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me grow. Also, if you want to stay up to date with new videos, join my Discord server. First on our list is Sleepstream, where you play as a young streamer named Layla, who struggles with insomnia. Her split personality disorder causes her to be terrorized by nightmarish creatures each night, making it impossible for her to sleep. As a result, she can no longer tell the difference between reality and dreams. In the game, you will host a stream with Layla and battle through hordes of enemies using a diverse arsenal of weapons and armor, each with unique traits and synergies. You will be able to create various builds, upgrade your equipment, and even play as different characters, or rather different personalities of Layla, since there are dozens to choose from. This one looks like a mashup between Deep Rock Galactic, Helldivers and Alien Shooter. In this game you will explore alien planets, mine resources, kill alien insects, build defense turrets, and survive waves of alien attacks. This one is a bit different, as it is basically a bullet hell with tower defense and some resource management systems. You will be killing everything in your path, mining minerals, building turrets and trying to survive. And that's all. I like how the game looks, how fast it is, and the idea of gathering resources and building turrets stands a bit out. Now look at this game. It's like Vampire Survivors but with a huge twist. You play as a mercenary who, for some reason, has to face hordes of monsters you've never encountered before. Your job is fairly simple: hire more mercenaries and fight the horde. You will go through growing waves of enemies, loot items and create your own little army. You can hire mercenaries from 6 different races and create a variety of unique classes that use different mounts or magic. Like, if you want a vampiric mage, go ahead, or maybe a heavy knight orc riding a bear, go for it. You will also manage your base, feed your troops, craft items and equip your soldiers, create your own formations, experiment with different setups of mercenaries, and many more. With 2 basic game modes, there are a lot of possibilities, so yeah, you will have a lot of fun, trust me. This fun little game lets you play as a magical chicken. Your job is to use magic to defeat hordes of anti-magic toads and save the forest from destruction. You will face waves of enemies and even create your own wands. Yes, you can acquire special components from the shop and construct your wand from the pieces you've gathered. Your creativity is key, so craft something devastating and go test it out on those toads. Next on our list is a simple but interesting game. GunSuit Guardians is another game about aliens, but this time it's not merged with tower defense, nor does it look similar to the other game. In this one you have to shoot by yourself, aim and slay hordes of aliens to defend Earth. GunSuit Guardians offers an action-packed experience where each run is a fresh challenge with various suits, weapons, upgrades and many more. The game looks great and juicy. The numbers above enemy heads, big guns and great pixel art make it an interesting title to sit down with and unwind after a hard day of work. Now, one of the better looking games on the list. It looks great to me. I don't know why, but this graphical style really speaks to my heart. I love pixel art games and this one has a nostalgic feel to it. But beyond the visuals, this game is truly interesting. You will take on the role of a hunter, hunting during the day and being hunted at night. You will face hordes of terrifying nightmarish monsters, search for relics and vendors in the dark, strengthen your hero and watch out for dangerous weather events. You can play as one of many different characters, each with unique weapons, abilities and talents. There are over 70 weapons to collect and fuse, along with familiars, runes and much more. This game has a lot to offer, and it is definitely one of the most interesting titles on the list. I know that the days when zombie games were everywhere are behind us, and they might seem a bit outdated now, but hear me out. FatalZone is not your typical zombie survival game, that's why it is on this list. In FatalZone, you will exterminate hordes of zombies in a world devastated by a deadly virus and collect resources for one of the last survivor camps. You will create various builds, level up and unlock and upgrade your characters, but remember, they aren't immortal. They will gain experience and grow into veterans, but it's up to you to keep them alive. The game features vampire survivors-like runs, where you fight off waves of monsters. You will also encounter various virus effects on your characters. These can mutate your mercenaries for better or worse, so keep that in mind. You will gather resources, upgrade your camp and repeat the cycle. Aesthetically, the game looks great. While the zombie theme might not appeal to everyone, it offers solid gameplay mechanics that might just catch your interest. This game is inspired not only by Vampire Survivors but also by Path of Exile. It's your typical fast-paced bullet heaven game where you can play as various characters and face hordes of monsters, wave after wave, as long as you can survive. What sets this game apart is the ability to fully customize your playstyle. You can create a variety of interesting builds where you steal powers from enemies, use charms, abilities and even summon demons to help you fight. You will also need to upgrade your character in various ways, and you can even bend the rules by using illegal upgrades from a shady smuggler to completely change how your character works. Another great feature is the ability to choose how you want to play. If you enjoy the automatic feel from Vampire Survivors, you can stick with that, but if you prefer more control over your character, you can switch to manual or directional aiming to guide your character's actions. The game looks great and offers a lot of fun, plus it's incredibly cheap. Just keep in mind that it is still in early access. Now, one of the best games on the list. Army of Ruin was often mentioned when I uploaded my last video about games like Vampire Survivors, and I have to say it was for a good reason. This game looks and plays amazing. Thanks to its great but low poly graphics, it runs smoothly without any hiccups, which is something you might expect from a game like this. There are plenty of challenges, lots of items and trinkets, and an elemental system that synergizes well with your equipment. Plus, there are many characters to play and unlock, offering a lot of fun. This game is more colorful, maybe a bit easier, but it runs well and is fun to play. With excellent replayability due to the high number of characters and build combos, you will have a blast, trust me. And yes, this game is also incredibly cheap. And before we jump to game number 1, I would like to show you some honorable mentions. Now, here's a title I recently got into, and I must say I'm hooked. This game is your typical Vampire Survivor style, but with a lot of new elements. I've only played a bit so far, a few hours, so there's still a lot for me to discover, but from what I've seen, I think it's one of the best reverse bullet hells or bullet heaven games at the moment. It's like playing Vampire Survivors combined with the Slay the Spire map movement system. You start by picking your mode and jumping into the game. You will go through challenges, fight hordes of monsters, gather and upgrade your items, and choose the path you want to take. You can decide whether to face another encounter, participate in an event like defending someone, raid goblins, or simply pick up treasure or buy items from a merchant before moving on. After completing these challenges, you will return to the menu, upgrade your stats and advance to higher difficulties with different challenges and other stuff. Aesthetically, the game looks great, and I really appreciate keeping everything in the fantasy/medieval style. The addition of mechanics from other games like map movement and character dashes is a fantastic idea. Keep in mind though that this game is still in early access, so a lot may change in the future, but for now I can recommend it with all my heart. And that's everything I prepared for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video and found some great new games to play. Don't forget to check out my previous video about games like Vampire Survivors so you don't miss any potential gems. And feel free to explore my other videos too. I would also like to apologize for the lack of a video last week. I was really sick and couldn't even talk, so I had to postpone everything. But now everything's back to normal and I'm getting back to work. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and be sure to join my Discord server to stay up to date with new videos. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.